What's up guys, welcome back to InvestingPH. Last month was incredible for my dividend portfolio. I had a monthly payout of $30,630. This is the largest dividend income I've got so far. This makes my latest 12-month yield to $137,093, which gives me an average of $11,424. Now I don't care what anyone says about how dividend investing is low, that I should just put my money into establishing a business. Just imagine, I'm earning this amount by just clicking a button. I just update my watch list now and then. If I think about it, as an investor, I only work like 2 to 3 days a month, sometimes even less. It's that easy. It makes me sad that I see comments undermining stock investing. I know I've mentioned this in my previous video, but if I thought of stopping my contribution to my portfolio and just leaving my money there, reinvesting all dividends, 30 years from now, I would have an estimated 22 million pesos and a dividend income of 1.3 million or more than 100,000 a month. Though it was a slow process, I can get that even if I don't contribute anything to my portfolio. That is the power of my dividends now. Yes, a slow process, but I'd rather have that than have nothing at all 30 years from now, which is the case for a lot of Filipinos. They try countless things only to end up going back to zero or worse, having debts. But don't get me wrong, I don't undermine establishing a business. Of course, it is by far a fast way, but this depends if you know what you're doing. Remember, if you fail in business, this is not like investing where you can cut your loss or a paper loss. Chances are, you will lose everything if you fail. Here in the Philippines, 1 out of 5 small businesses fail in the first year. Of the 4 businesses that are left, 45% fail in the first 5 years, and 65% fail in the first 10 years. Only 25% of it makes it to 15 years or more. And we are just looking at survivability here. It is said that 90% of startups fail to achieve their projected growth. This means the numbers just keep going down and down. So although business can make you rich faster than investing, but there are also a lot of risks associated with it. Though it is the same for investing, if you don't know what you're doing, of course, you can lose your money as well. But the best thing about investing is, you can start with a very low capital, and if you lose, you don't lose it all. The problem with most Filipinos is, we look for a fast way to get rich, instant gratification, one-day millionaire schemes, that big leap or looking for that big moment. But the thing is, we are too busy looking for that big step. We fail to realize that we could have just taken small steps towards a bigger goal to start with. I always remember Darren Hardy's quote for this. It's from the book, The Compound Effect. Small, seemingly insignificant steps completed consistently over time will create a radical difference. Also, he added, the magic is doing simple things repeatedly and long enough to ignite the miracle of the compound effect. This was engraved into my mind when I read that book. If you're just starting, I suggest you read that book first. It is worth it and you will learn the true power of compounding. But anyway, that is how my portfolio can grow to that amount 30 years from now, even if I don't add anything to it, because of the power of compounding. Understand that word very well and you will be on the right track to your financial goals. Going back to my portfolio, I thought the market would go beyond 7,000 last month, but again, we've gone down quite a bit. Right now, our index is at 6,600. Will we ever get past the 7,000 level this year? Who knows? As for my portfolio, the current value is 2.72 million. This is from my total invested money of 2,392,550. The total gain so far is 13.71% or 327,910.66 pesos. From last year's March, my portfolio went up 6.1% compared to the market of 3.1%, last 3 months 2.4%, and from last month down -1%, while the PH market -1.4%. And as of now, the price to earnings ratio of my portfolio is only 5.6 compared to our market of 10, price to book 0.6, and PEG ratio is only 0.2. And for my dividend yield is at 6.7% compared to our market of 5.8%, and the dividend growth rate stands at 4.5% compared to 3.6%. By the way, if you like all this data, this is from Simply Wall Street, so if you want to use it, they have a forever free basic plan, and if you want to avail of their paid plan, then use my link below to get up to 40 and even a 50% discount. So what are you waiting for? Try Simply Wall Street. It would level up your investing journey. As promised in my last portfolio update, I will talk about my experience with my new broker, DRAGONFI. I've already transferred all my stocks to it. If you're curious as to how to do that, You just need to contact your old broker for it. Say to them you will be transferring all your stocks to another broker and they'll let you fill up some things. But be sure that you already have an account with your new broker. The process of filing for stock transfer in my PhilStocks account took me 3 days, and my stocks were reflected in my DRAGONFI account in less than 2 days. It was Friday and I got it on Monday because weekends aren't included. The fee is 75 pesos per stock per broker. This is regardless of share. So you pay 75 pesos per stock from your old broker and 75 pesos as well in your new broker. Now I don't know if I'm correct with this, but in DRAGONFI, if you have a premium account, you should have at least 50,000 in your account. This is cash or stocks. You will have a 0 stock transfer fees. So maybe you won't pay 75 pesos to DRAGONFI per stock if my understanding is correct. You can just call them if you want to transfer. And speaking of transferring, use my referral link below so both of us can get up to 1,500 pesos. Anyway, today I'll show you their new app, which I love so much. Just look at the look of it, and all the functions in their platform are all here. Dividend tracker, investors corner, investing club, funds, etc. I love how I don't need to go to another app to find news about the stocks I hold or any stocks at all because they have it for you. News and disclosures, and you can even filter it out so it only shows stocks in your portfolio. How convenient is that? And depositing money is as easy as it gets. You can use InstaPay or bank transfer. What I use is PesoNet as it is free. Though it may take a few hours to reflect, but if you aren't cheap like me, go for InstaPay. Though sometimes it is down whenever Union Bank is doing some maintenance because I encountered that when I tried using it during the weekend, but the next day it was already working. In their app, if you want to research a stock, just look at how beautiful that is. They have the chart here, overview, news, financials, dividend history, foreign flow, and if you want to buy or sell it, it is so simple. Name another local app that has all these functions. For your watch list, they have a public watch list like the PSCI, PSE dividend yield, midcap, etc. So if you're tracking those indices, you won't be having a hard time going to another website or app to do it. And for your personal watch list, there's no limit to it. Though I haven't tried creating a whole bunch or adding countless stocks, as of now, I have 22 stocks on my watch list, and they also give you 3 settings for it on what view you want. How convenient. You also have a market calendar to keep track of the companies that will pay out dividends. So this app will launch this April, and maybe when I upload this video, they've already did. And when I talk to DRAGONFI for their website, they will be adding a simplified buy and sell. So when you click a stock, there will be a buy and sell function at the right side. It's just like their app. They have more functions in line for us. Again, if you want to sign up for DRAGONFI, you can use my link so both of us can get up to 1,500 pesos, depending on how much you will deposit. Going back, the stocks I bought this month are AREIT, MREIT, FLI, Security Bank, and DNL. For FLI, I've added more and more shares to it as I see the company is very undervalued, though it has yet to reach its pre-pandemic numbers. Now that the economy is recovering, I think they would eventually go beyond it. And last year, though their dividends went down, with its price right now, their yield is at 5.45%, so with their earnings going up, I think I'd get a higher yield this year. So while waiting, I'm still earning a good amount from their dividends. Same for my biggest loser, Megaworld. I'll continue to add more shares to it as well, as the company has already gone beyond its pre-pandemic numbers last year, but the market is pricing it so cheap. This was weird with the market. Investors were willing to buy it for such a high price pre-pandemic, and right now with the higher earnings than it was before, they aren't willing to buy it for a very cheap price. So I might as well take the opportunity to buy it while everyone is ignoring it. I'm also getting a good deal. With its price right now, I'll be getting a dividend yield of 3.61%. Globe, my largest stock, though reported lower earnings compared to 2022, but remember, they had a big time growth last 2022, so last year was still their second highest earnings so far. But for their revenue, it has climbed steadily. This is the same case for DMC's record high earnings in 2022 and a decrease in 2023, but still, their earnings are progressively moving upwards. For LTG, a slight increase in their earnings, and for their revenue, had an all-time high. This speaks of their PNB holding, so even though there was a decrease in their tobacco business, their bank holding and their other businesses pulled up their revenue and earnings. So with that, this ends my update for this month. Currently, my portfolio share allocation is left unchanged, except for AREIT climbing up a bit, as I'm consistently buying it again and again, since the yield is still quite good for its price right now. So with that, If you found this video helpful and still haven't clicked the like button, then I'd appreciate it if you do so before leaving. Thank you and see you in the next video.